It's the fall of 1944, and the Panzer brigades of the German Wehrmacht, hastily assembled, are rushed into the gap to try and stem the tide of the US Armoured as they advance towards the Rhine. Will the Siegfried Line hold, or will the US be able to push through and liberate the rest of Europe? Let's take a closer look at the armies. Starting with Germany's forces for today, we have two mixed companies of Panzer brigades. We have the start of the Panther Lates, 2 headquarter Panther tanks, 2 platoons of Brigade Panther Lates, platoon of Jagdpanzer 470s, and we're proxying some Ostwinds as Verbelwinds for this company. The second formation in this force is basically a minimum strength Panzer IV Brigade company with an HQ of 2 Panzer IVs, 2 platoons of 3 Panzer IVs, and a platoon of Stugs. And in support, we have a Brigade Panzer Grenadier platoon, 7 MG42 teams, and 4 half-tracks. And then also other Brigade Assault Panzer Grenadiers, and they are 7 STG-44s with 4 half-tracks, and we took them as black box support units. Another black box support unit we have is a platoon of 2 King Tigers of the Wehrmacht variety. And then we have, in our regular support choices, we have an SDKFZ 250 Scout Section, an SDKFZ 250 Observation Post, and a platoon of 3 Wesps. And that will be 171 points of Bulge Germans for today.
Opposing them for our American force, we have 2 companies here. We have our first is an M4 veteran late Sherman company with our 2 HQs. We have 2 platoons of 76s. One is a 88 upgrade. Both have a jumbo in them.
Easy 8.
Easy 8,
guys.
And all of the Shermans have HVAP and are up armored. We also have 4 Chaffies in with them, and I'm using my M20s because I like their models better, but these are the M8 Recon Company. And then we have an armored rifle. These are the Bulge Weary rifles at this stage, but we do have our 2 HQs. We have 3 full-strength platoons. We do have an armored mortar platoon. And then in support, we do have 2 HVAP'd M10s in Sherman OP and 4 of the 155mm self-propelled M12s.
Nice.
So a whole bunch of weaponry, though I am concerned that Shermans are outnumbered by Panthers and King Tigers. So we'll see how they do with that motivation rating.
All right, folks. Well, that's the forces for today's game. We will be playing, I think it is the counterattack mission, and we'll be right back after deployment to let you look at the board. Alright, first German movement phase, and for the first time in a very long time, I've moved a significant portion of my army in a movement phase, let alone the first one. So, the units that had spearheaded here have advanced. The Panzer IV is taking up position on the tree line. The Stugs and the Panzer IV Brigade commanders moving up in support. And the 250 Scout Troop moving to protect the flank. The Jagdpanzer staying still because I don't really want to try crossing in 5+. Over in this flank, the Brigade Panthers with their Wehrmacht King Tiger support and the Brigade Panzer Grenadiers have all moved up. A Panzer IV platoon has crossed into the tree line, and we're going to be risking some potential mortar shells on my tracks, but we'll see what damage we can do first.
Opening fire turn.
Alright, so we started by using the Wesps to drop a smoke bombardment on their pre-ranged endpoint, playing a little defensively. I don't know that anything can really hurt me right now, but just in case. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to have this Panther Brigade platoon, which only actually one of can shoot at the OP. We'll be hitting on a 6. Nope. So I'll try the HQ Panthers, which again only one of can shoot. Hitting on a 6, anti-tank 14, do your front armor 7, I think, so it'll just go in and bail out your OP. And that will be German turn 1 shooting. Moving into Americans. Okay, so we've got American turn 1 starting step. We're going to attempt to remount the OP on a 4+, I believe, as he drops a die.
The numbers dwindle. So yeah, Sherman OP does remount. Fantastic. And then we have 1 reserve, immediate reserves. Yeah.
Yep.
So
No,
not
quite.
yet.
All right, so we'll be right back with the movement. All right, turn 1, American movement. Take us through it.
Okay, so we are kind of pinned against a wall, but we've tried to move up to at least create a little bit of a buffer zone and some delaying action. For the most part, that meant the infantry that were here have run up to garrison the houses and the church. A bunch of them are in there. A couple that were sitting on this objective have moved up into that house, with the 2 a bazooka and a machine gun that were out here on the wing moving into that house. Our Greyhound scouts have moved up behind there, and most of the half tracks, a little hard to see, have moved up into the kind of L shape behind this row townhouse and the church, just to they're not going to survive too much or be able to kill too much, but at least they will delay some actions later. Maybe there'll be some infantry or even 50 cal sides into some armored cars or something. The rest at this point is actually pretty much artillery, so it's going to stay there, see what shots we can get. Fortunately, our OP has remounted, so we will go right into that.
All right, we'll be back with that. All right, breaking the American shooting phase down into 2 separate rounds, one of which is the artillery phase because we have so much. Take us through it.
So we do have limited lines of sight for a lot, but he is clustered up in areas. The problem is I don't want to overtax my OP, who I'm hoping will give me some lucky first and second attempt range ins. I'm going to start with the Calliopes. They have no other targets of their own line of sight, so they can only rely on the OP. He's going to try and range them in over here in a pocket where I can hit the Panthers. The King Tigers obviously can't be hurt. One of the AA and all of the half tracks. That would be a really good score if we could start getting some of those infantry dismounted. We will start with that and see how lucky we get here. Note the OP is a veteran, but for ranging,
unfortunately.
But despite they're attached to a veteran Sherman company, there is no veteran Calliope option, so they're still a 4, which they do get on the second.
Okay.
Which is good. We'll put just on the side just so I remember the OP. So we've already ranged that in. I know I'm going to be able to tag the 6 Panthers that I can potentially hurt, the single AA, and then all of the 8 half tracks.
All right, so all of the brigade stuff are aggressive, so we'll be starting on 3, but because it's the second attempt, we'll be hitting on 4s.
So I'll do the 3 front Panthers. 2, the 3 rear Panthers, 1, the AA vehicle, that, and then the 4 center half tracks with the regular grenadiers, 3 of those. It's excellent so far. And the 4 with the assault grenadiers. Only 1 of those.
Okay. So what's your AT on these? Is it 2?
So it is 2. Boom, boom, boom. This doesn't matter. We'll just do that one. And we'll do those 2 there.
All right. Well, we'll start here.
Perfect.
Top
So
armor
2.
0. So that equals. And then we'll move on to here. Bounces. This one goes in. Annoyingly enough. And the last one on them equals. That's not great. This Panther, it's top armor 1, so just needing to roll like that. The other 2 Panthers, 1 goes in. That could be big. Oh no, 1 equals, sorry, see my bail amount, that was a 6 that I rolled. And the Flak Panzerbrigade is top armor 0, so it bounces.
So excellent result, mainly the half tracks, which is what I really would like to get dismounted. So we have a tie there. It's a 5 plus firepower. So we will just start here on the left and work our way across.
So I'm bailing that one out.
It does Bail that. The next one's over. We have your saved. One that goes in is bailed. One that is a tie is safe. The Panther. Oh, only one went in, but it is actually bailed.
Okay.
The other two saved.
Well, that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just have to do the infantry saves for this half track. One of them dies. The other hops out. I'll mark that destruction in a second. And we will continue with the rest of the turn of artillery. So what was your next ones that you wanted to shoot?
So we will jump into using just some smaller mortars. The armored mortars here can sight up the road. They're going to try and drop in on these armored cars who are open-topped.
All right, and they were trained, so they'll be ranging in
trained,
on fives because of the tall terrain.
Fives. Yes. Which they range in.
So these are just regular Wehrmacht 250, so they are careful, so hitting on fours.
So we will just put a little marker there. That's the one I'm using for the armored mortars. And so there are two with the 20s and one with the machine gun. They are hit on fours, you said?
Mm-hmm.
The two 20s, both.
Okay.
And the machine gun, no.
What's the AT on this?
So the AT should be 2.
All right, top armor 0 again. 1 goes in.
Goes in, and a 4+ firepower is bailed.
Okay.
Excellent. The little Jeep mortar had no other targets, so it's going to kind of do the same thing. He can see up the road.
He'll only be hitting.
He's only going to hit the two front 20s, but he's going to try and range in on the
arguably
5.
the more dangerous ones.
First, second,
Third
do
attempt,
get on the third.
So hitting on 6s.
He's just off the front there. So 2 at 6s, neither, but he's in. We do have the infantry mortars who are pre-ranged in back there, and then the M12s. Now the M12s, if I want to shoot over here, only have a third attempt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not appreciative of that, so I'm actually just going to probably jump to them here, and I'm going to range in on the front of this tree line where, as much as we can see, we're going to get trained either way, but I believe
you'll be able to hit the OP in all 3 of the Panzers. So
excellent. Okay, we'll try that. So they are veteran, and terrain moves them to 4. We'll just roll over here on this side for you. No. Yes. So excellent.
All right. The 250 OP is careful. The Panzers are aggressive. So the Panzers are hitting on 4, and the OP are hitting on 5.
So the 3 Panzers.
Oof.
Oof. Excellent. And the OP.
Right.
Yeah, well, you weren't looking, but the camera was.
What's the AT on these?
So that is a 3.
Okay, so top armor 0 on the OP equals. And top armor 1 on the Panzers. 1, 2 go in.
So actually the 2 fails as well. This is a 3.
Oh, yeah. That's
so,
right.
And his firepower is a 2+. So for the OP.
I thought it was a... Oh, no, direct fire was auto.
The OP actually bails.
Okay.
And the 2 Panzers, that's unfortunate. But the 2 Panzers do go up.
All right. Just put some dice on them to mark them until I get a chance to grab some smoke.
And the very final is the 2 infantry mortars over here. Now the smoke is blocked them. They can still use their pre-ranged in, but they will have a +1 to hit. So we have one here that will drop just on his half tracks, and the one here, mortar is right there, who will hit the half tracks.
Now, what's
and
the
one dismounted?
What was the range on these for bombardment? Does the second one have range? I'm not sure how far back it was.
It's been a little bit just since I've used them at full distance. Seeing as you put these down before the thing, 32. So the rear one might actually have ranged past himself. So he is, and then this one,
he has range, yeah.
He has plenty of range.
Okay.
So this one here, I do at least have a third range in attempt. I might as well just use it. Oh, wait, no, he can't even reach it. So actually, you know what? He's going to do what the other little mortars have all done. Fire into the middle of town.
Okay.
He's going to just try and range himself in on a
on
5. No,
3,
you can't quite see.
4.
And
On third.
third.
All right, so hitting on 6s.
2 on 6s. One of them, though. 4 plus
So
firepower.
it's the other track that's not bailed out.
Yeah.
And now he's bailed out. Oh, that's an aircraft token. I'll change that in a second.
Will recall. That one over here.
Oh,
Just-
wait. You have to re-roll successes because it's one gun firing. Actually.
Oh,
No,
that's so close.
never mind.
You're
Sorry,
good.
guys.
All the other ones have actually used real artillery for once. Over here for the same.
So 4 tracks.
4 half tracks.
Hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s, yeah. Reroll for 1.
2 hits.
2 of them.
All right. AT2, right?
And then there is 1 infantry that's dismounted already, right?
Oh, yeah, you can hit him.
And 1 infantryman misses.
All right, so the 2 tracks both go in.
Okay, 4 plus.
Okay.
If I can only hurt infantry targets, we're going to at least take them out.
I'm going to say it again that 60 mil single mortar bombardments are OP.
Jacob's hands on dice that can potentially roll a 1, I think, is the OP factor here.
And they save. So none of the infantry die. All right,
Excellent.
so we'll pop
That
them
is
out.
the artillery, which actually in this turn is all of my shooting.
All
So
right.
we'll make out some tokens and get him set up for the start of his first turn.
All right, German turn 2 command step. First thing we do is we remove some smoke.
And then you do actually have
So,
a good
remounts.
starting step.
So we're going to start with remounting this Panther, 5 plus, within the command reroll distance. So he remounts.
Doesn't need it.
Handy. We will remount this half track. Nope. And actually, I didn't even think to check to see if he was within 6. Oh, never mind. It's not his. No, he's a support choice. Yeah, so that can't work. They are just within 6. No. All right. So he does not remount. So then unpin Panzer Grenadiers. They don't unpin, and I do not believe they are within 6. Nope, they are not within 6. And last stand on this half track. So that half track will run away. And on that Panzer. That's cocked. And it'll run away too. All right. We'll be back with the movement.
So how did you move this turn?
So the Panther Brigade has advanced in a line with the King Tigers and one of the platoons of Panthers supporting here at the rear. Worried about the bazookas in this building. The Flak Panzers have moved up to also engage. The infantry shifted over. This infantry platoon dismounted to try and get their assault rifles into play. I attempted to cross the Panzer IVs and rolled 2 1s and a 2, so they didn't go anywhere.
They stay put.
We realized we forgot to remount the OP and one of the scouts. They both remounted. This MG scout has moved around to get some firepower into the church. The OP, if you'll look down here, is in the building. Passed his cross check and advanced through there.
Carriage house. All right.
This platoon here has just kind of elected to stay stationary. They're not entirely sure what they're going to do yet. I'm kind of waiting to see where your reserves come in, and those M12s really kind of scare me. So, yeah, on to shooting. All right, starting the shooting phase with some artillery. Wesps are going to attempt to spot themselves out of the back corner of this building here, just so I'm out of danger close from here. I am a veteran, and there is tall terrain, so I'll be hitting on a 4. So first attempt, second attempt. So I'll range in on the second attempt. Grab a marker. So definitely hitting him, and then, well, so we'll do this one at a time. So he's careful, right? All your teams are careful.
They are all careful now.
So hitting you on a 5 for this rifle team. Nope. Bazooka. Yes.
So you were able to hit everyone, I think, but the back two.
Which is a commander and a bazooka.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
then there'll be a
LMG.
machine gun.
Nope. Rifle team. Yep. Rifle team. Okay.
It's artillery's day.
And 2 bazookas. I'll just roll those together. No. So 1 bazooka, 2 rifles.
All right. So 1 bazooka. Saves. 2 rifles.
Both hit.
Full,
All right. And these are
Firepower on those.
should be 3+ because they're 105s. So nothing, but I'll pin you.
4 ones. All right, we are really on them.
Okay, so we'll move into the rest of our regular shooting. We're going to start with 2 King Tigers really getting pissed off at that OP. So we're going to shoot them, hitting on 6s. Because you technically didn't fire last turn, so you still count as gone to ground. Nope. Okay. We'll pour 2 Panthers here, MGs, or these 2 Panthers here will MG the building. I guess we'll just do all 3. Nah, actually, no, we'll do cannons because MG firepower is not going to work. So hitting on 5s for the infantry. 1 hit, I'll put it on the bazooka. And I am within 6, so you cannot danger close.
6 hits. Boom. 1.
Yeah.
So you're on the bazooka.
Yep.
He likes those 1s. But you do get them.
Okay. We'll throw the platoon of HQ Panthers. So 2 Panthers is 8 shots of MGs into the dug-in infantry in front of them. Hitting on 6s, because you are technically gone to ground on those dudes. Because the majority of the ones I'm shooting didn't move, so I think they get gone to ground. That's gone.
Done.
Okay, and then 3 Panthers.
This is the first time that this is what it feels like on the other side when I'm throwing hordes of dice at you and none of it hits.
You know what? 3 Panthers will do the same. They'll also shoot MGs into that dug-in infantry platoon. Oh, look, I get a single hit, which I'll put on the closest rifle team.
Does he like a 1? No, he does save. Fantastic.
All right, well, that's lackluster. Then we got 2 stationary 2cm guns. I believe they are rate of fire 3, and an MG, which I know is rate of fire 4. They're going to shoot the church. So MG first, hitting on 5s because they did move into the building last turn. So we'll get 1. I'll put it on a bazooka. I'll get you to save that just while I double check the stats of the 2
Are
senators.
they within danger close of the church?
That dude right there is just outside of 6.
So we will switch that, or attempt to a rifle team, which we do. Rifle team for his save. Does fail the save.
All right, 6 of
Should've just
firepower.
kept the save rather than the
Nope. Okay. And then the 2 centimeters are rate of fire 2 on the move, except they're stationary because I didn't move them. So don't mind me, folks. It's rate of fire 3 on the move, hitting on 5s with 1 hit, which I'll put on a bazooka. Which yes, you can mistake a target.
We will attempt to a rifle team.
Yep.
Which does. I should have just keep these saves. By the time I am mistaken it, it's over. Boom. But he does save the rifle.
All right. So
Fantastic.
that'll be my shooting phase, and we'll be right back with the next round. All right.
So we jumped the gun a bit in
Yeah.
that it's not the top of American turn. Jacob's doing the unthinkable, and he's leading an
Assaulting.
assault.
With a really poorly statted Panther from my HQ. So
There is one single corridor that is out of the defensive fire for the Chaffies and the building bazookas, and it's literally right there.
now that is to say, you still have a single bazooka they can fire. It is at the back of the platoon.
I
And
do.
because it's defensive fire, you're still hitting my side armor, and you're hitting me on a 3. So this will probably go poorly. However, it is worth the try.
It is. I always do it. Do we hit? We hit.
All right. AT on a bazooka
Is 10.
goes in.
Does.
What's bazooka skirts do again? Panthers have bazooka skirts, right?
I don't think they do, actually.
No.
That depends are for.
Let's just double check.
I don't think any of the heavier
Yeah,
vehicles
they
had them.
don't. Okay. So can you bail me?
So, can we get the 5? We don't.
But you bail me out.
But it
you
is
did
bailed.
penetrate, which means that will automatically die, right?
So I actually kind of forgot how successful a bazooka could be against a single tank.
Well, no, because it didn't technically reach into combat because he's bailed out. Or does
Yes.
he reach into combat and then bail out?
He would bail out, I think, at 2 inches in this case. We'll double check that. Because otherwise, the whole platoon's going to be actually in trouble. So we'll just double check some things and be right back. So, upon review, with only one team coming into the assault, we, in this case, force it to fall back because there were less than the 2 tank teams in general, so all of the tank teams in the assault were bailed. So he stops at the 2 inches, which in this case was effectively where he started his movement. So that actually just stops that assault quite literally in its tracks. And now we are legitimately into the top of American turn.
Yep.
All right, then we will be back in a moment for that.
All right. American command step turn 3. 2?
So,
2 or 3?
2.
2.
2.
Wow.
Top of, or bottom of 2 in this case. We do actually only have the church platoon pinned down. Missed the 1 artillery that was at him, and the rest was a fistful of fire at that. So the platoon there has a 4+ rally despite being the battle weary, which
That's
they
cocked.
don't. It's mostly flat.
It's cocked. Reroll it.
They do indeed
Definitely
want to
stay
stay in the church. They claim sanctuary, leave them alone. I do actually, though, get 2 dice for reserves. It might be nice to start bringing these guys on, and we help thin the flank because they're going to have to come in this corner over here and get them ready to start moving up so we can actually fight the bulk of the forces going the opposite corner. So 5 pluses. Together they equal 5, but nothing. All right.
Okay.
At least the entire reserve company almost is going to be coming in, ideally, all next turn.
We'll see.
At least one of them will. Whew, what can I hold off? With what we have left, we're going to go into American movement.
All right. Take us through your movement.
So, we don't have a lot of choices at the moment. And my platoon that was going to try and gain control of the town remaining pinned. So my Greyhounds did come around. They're going to try and deal with the OP there. The 50 half-tracks have come around because the 50s can try and hold back the armored cars there. The half-tracks that were hiding behind the house here have moved up, just somewhat as an interdiction against the Panthers. Even if they blow up, it gives me some smoke, something. At this point, they're not going to be able to hurt too much else. That's all I have for movement, unfortunately. A very unfamiliar situation to normally myself, if you've seen any of our videos. So we're going to go right into my shooting phase, anchored by artillery. The smoke is down. I've got some plans. My M12s in particular are going to be trying to get onto some of these heavy tanks over here. And then the Calliopes are probably going to be plastering this whole forest field, catch the back Panthers where it can as well. The mortars will fire at whatever is left based on what spotters and what they can see themselves. So fantastic. We'll get that set up. And seeing as we've already kind of plotted it out, it's going to be a quick start for it. So the M12s, I've got a spot over here that's going to be able to hit a couple infantry, or actually it was a little bit forward. It's going to hit the 5 Panthers with the angle of the corner, and 1 King Tiger if we can get that range in.
Now, was it clipping the edge of the trees? I can't actually remember.
Cannot recall on that.
Worth checking.
We had a position that was
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
much
no, it's
here.
definitely, yeah, gonna clip the tree edge there.
If we do,
Still clipping.
I think, and let me double check that this was my original outside of danger close. Yes. Yes.
It is the tiniest sliver, but I am going to take it.
I don't see it at my angle, and seeing as that's important that I get this, I would even be willing to sacrifice
Yeah, you're still hitting that one panther.
an extra Panther
But yeah, I get 2 kings.
and catch a second King Tiger. We'll try it, because this does allow me to keep my raw veteran range in.
I'm being a bit anal, but I need it. You've all seen my dice.
Yeah, it's been a turn. So we're getting to keep a 3+ range in, which we get.
Unsurprising. So the Panthers, once again, they're Brigade Panthers. They're on 3s, and the Konigstiger are on 4s.
They are on 4s. So we'll do the 3 for the full platoon. We do hit the 3 of them. We do have only 1 remaining to the front.
No, you're still clipping the back deck of the 1 Panther.
All right. The 2 of those. And 4s for the 2 Königstigers. Neither of those.
Okay.
One of the few times I could have heard him if he rolled 1s, which I can almost count on sometimes.
So AT3 on top armor 1.
I don't see the 3rd dice, but by your look, I'm assuming it's
All 1s.
all 1s.
The other 2 Panthers, 1-1. So, yeah.
The dice gods giveth,
No,
Never
they-
to Jacob.
I was going to say, they don't give it.
Someone out there is really lucky, and you've always wondered how you got that luck. I give you Jacob. You've taken his. He would appreciate it returning. Me, maybe less so. But, okay,
Firepower?
so 3
2+?
Panthers. It's a 2+ firepower.
Yep.
3 of those. And the one Brigade Panther in the front is a 4.
Yeah. All right. I'll be right back after I mark those with smoke.
Well, that was more successful than I could have even have hoped for. So with that, I'm actually going to shift my plan for the Calliope because I won't have the Panthers under the original target. So we're going to just use the 2 remaining attempts off the OP to call in somewhere further over here where I can catch all of the infantry pretty much to a man along with the Wesps. So, and the half tracks there, we're going to do that. Now, they are only a 4,
So because
with
of the
terrain
tall
is a
terrain,
5. But we do get. Now, it is still a second attempt, so it is still the +1. Are the infantry also aggressive? The Wesps and half tracks?
No, the Wesps are not aggressive
Essentially-
because they are Wehrmacht support.
Here, I would miss, everything, but I would get all the infantry, the Wesps. So the Wesps are
This might
aggressive.
help if I'm actually looking at what he's doing.
The Wesps are cautious, right?
Wesps are cautious. Everything else is aggressive.
So they go to a 5.
Mhm.
So the 3 Wesps, one of them.
Small mercy, only one.
And then
7 Panzer.
I will do the 4
6.
half tracks.
I'll do the infantry first.
The
6
infantry?
Panzergrenadiers.
Are they all the same?
So these are just MG teams, and then there's 7 AR teams.
Okay, so 2, 4, 6.
Because you did kill one of these guys.
Yeah,
last
we'll
turn.
roll them out. All right, I got 2 off the back there, 2 off the front here, 2 off the left there. I'm hitting their aggressive, so the 3
4
misses
hits.
because it's a second attempt. And 1 off the back there. Okay. I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So 3 there. Only 1 of them. 2 in the middle column. Neither. And 2 in the left column. 1 of those. Boom.
And then 4
And
half
4
tracks.
half
One of which
tracks.
is bailed, so technically you should roll.
I will roll separately.
Yeah.
Is the Bale actually got a different weapon?
Yeah, it's 3.7, so
Okay,
I had to be
so-
rolled separately technically.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I was just wondering if I needed an
I forgot
additional
about that
separate.
last turn.
Yeah. So 3 of the machine gun ones, 2 of those, and 1 for the bailed. That as well.
Okay, so we'll do the tracks first. So, 82, right?
So the Calliope is just a 2. Yes.
Top armor 0. So the command track, it's fine. The other 2 tracks are fine.
Okay. The Wesp is we hit 1 of those, didn't we?
Yes, and if I remember correctly, he is top armor 0. He is
Good.
fine.
So down to the infantry.
So we got 4 infantry teams in 1 platoon of Panzer Grenadiers. They are fine.
Oh, fantastic! All
And
right.
it was 2 or 3 in the other.
Just 2.
2. Fine.
Well,
So
the dice do giveth and take away. I mean, the Panthers.
I
were
don't
more
like
priority.
using these dice, but I'm going to be using these dice for the rest of the game.
Reroll with the greens. See how it does.
Let's humor him. The infantry. Yeah, no, I'm using the black dice for now. What's next?
Let me just put those under a microscope and check for weighting.
I bought them direct from Battlefront.
Okay, that is the 2 big priority artillery. I've got a couple smaller artillery, the various mortars. Some of them are pretty much ranged in still, and we might as well just repeat those. So the armored mortars were up here.
Did you double check? Because you did move up the scout unit. Is it now within danger close? It is only
Ooh.
4.
It might be. And I will say it probably is. I think the angles with the roof here are a bit hard, and because I'm leaning over the table, but I will give you a say that it's 3.5.
All right.
So they will have to rearrange somewhere further back, just kind of on that house.
I mean,
But it's a rearrange
you could just
on a 5.
ignore the scout half tracks. It's not like they do much.
I've always done that, and I always hate them. They die seemingly vastly more difficult than any heavy cats.
So what you're saying is I should take one of the SS conf groups that's all half tracks.
You've tried it, and I don't like it.
Well,
all
this
right,
one has
fives.
Jagd Panzers as well.
We do get a second attempt.
All right, so hitting on fives because they are
2 20s. One of them, and an MG. No.
AT2, top armor 0, equals.
Tie for a 4.
Yes.
We do bail 1. The Jeep mortar was over here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I double
Yeah,
checked
this one
him.
you were checking the half tracks, but
Yeah.
I don't know about this. Oh yeah, they're definitely within.
So he will do the same thing and shift further back
Sorry.
to here. No, that was on me. Didn't quite need to hug that far forward, but we did. Okay, so ranging in, he needs 5s as well. His marker is gone. And we have the infantry ones. Now
that one you had also, I think, ranged in on the tracks last turn. But we
I
forgot to
think
put down
he
a
might have
marker,
even
didn't
have
we?
failed to range.
Oh
in.
yeah, he did fail the range. That's why. we
And
didn't
one
put
is
down a
over
marker.
here near nothing.
Yes, there's nothing under that one anymore.
So we do have, for the front one, he will use the 3rd off the OP to hit the infantry back at the other half tracks.
Well, so just to double check, are we moving it so that you can hit all 6? Because that will hit the trees.
No, we will move it further out.
Oh, I can't hear me.
Just, well, I only got 1 attempt, so I would like it on the 4. Whoop. Which it does, but it does count as a 3rd attempt. So I'm still hitting you on 6s.
And there's, I think you said, the way you had that down, there was 3 teams and 4 tracks. And it's a single gun, so re-rolling successes.
Indeed. So 3 infantry, re-rolling for single gun, no, and 4 tracks.
One of which has to be separate because it's the 3.7 and it's bailed out.
1 and the separate, no, and re-roll to confirm. Does confirm.
Okay. AT2
See if
again.
it drops in the roof.
Equals.
4. We do bail 1.
Interesting.
Now I do have a rifle leader who didn't move. And this mortar actually can kind of just see up the road anyway. So he will just try and drop his little mortar on the armored cars. Using his own. He needs a 5. No. That's the artillery. I have very limited direct fire, but I do have my 2 greyhounds who will be shooting that spotter in the building.
You can just see the front of it there. I am going to climb concealment.
I'm kind of in a straight line to in front of you. I don't know.
I get concealment because I'm in a building.
They don't have stabilizers, so they're down to 1 shot. They're going to just cannon. Wait, you are a front armor 1, are you not?
Yeah. Just use your 50s.
I'm just going to use some 50s. 4 shots of 50s.
You can see the full front of it, so no concealment. So hitting on 4s.
They
Okay.
don't want to? They're not used to shooting at anything. It's all right. Maybe it? Oh, I do have the 2 half-track 50s.
Oh,
that
yes,
moved
you
out.
had moved them up to shoot at the
They
scout.
really can only see the MG scout that's out the front.
Okay. 4s. It's 2 hits.
2 there. It is AT4 to your front.
Oh, 1. So 1 equals 1 goes in. Might as well roll the go in.
To go in.
First. So it's
Nope.
bailed out.
And
It's not. Oh yeah, so it's only bailed out. All right, that might be a last stand if I can't get one of them back in.
the rest of everything is going to, the infantry-wise, going to stay gone to ground. That's it.
All right, pretty successful turn for Ben. We'll roll into German, turn 3.
Command step to start off German top of 3.
Yep. So we have a remount on my Brigade Panther HQ on a 5+ with a reroll. Gets in. Unpin the Assault Panzergren. Nope. And
The rear Panzergren.
are they within 6? No. Nope. Remount these two. One remounts. Remount these on 4+, the MG track, and the 2cm.
Armored cars, guys, they like to stay in the fight more than anything else.
I'd be much more happy if my infantry could stay in the fight.
Oh, they're not running.
Did they not have a last stand check?
Forward or rear.
Oh no, it was if they didn't. Okay.
Yeah, no, if they didn't remount.
So on to movement, and we'll be right back. Okay, movement. So
What did we do?
left flank. I attempted to blitz the Panther platoon and failed, so they simply moved. And then the Konigsteigers moved up to their spot. The Flak Panzers moved forward. The Panzer Grenadiers shifted to the left into the field. The Assault Grenadiers shifted up and into the tree line there without drawing a new line of sight to enemy targets or moving towards a target they could see.
Into the deep forest. Okay.
Half-tracks had to move up with them. On this flank, the Stugs simply stayed stationary. Or sorry, no, they did not stay stationary. My bad. The Scouts stayed stationary, which I meant to move. So the Stugs moved over to the left here just to prepare for possible reinforcements. Panzer HQ moved up to try and shoot the M12s. These guys I actually meant to move. They're just going to move up to here to get some line of sight to your half-tracks. And everything else is just hanging about.
I mean, that was almost everything you had, so...
Except the Wesps.
Boom.
So,
Into shooting.
yep.
So after much plotting, debating, and one little Panzer IV wiggle to not hit minimum range,
Yeah,
we have
thanks.
plotted out the German shooting step.
So we're going to start with a repeat bombardment with the Wesps dropping right here. So with the one rifle team that they hit before on a 4+. Nope. Bazooka. Nope. Bazooka. Nope. Bazooka. Oh, that's not a bazooka. No, that is. That's okay. Yep. There's more bazookas here than I thought. Hey, I hit one.
That's
didn't
always
hit
the
these
American
two.
answer. There's more bazookas than you thought.
LMG. Yep. And 2 rifle teams. No. So just a bazooka and a rifle team.
Okay, bazooka, we'll just roll. Whoop. And LMG. Nope.
So that, but it's a
And-
repeat. So
yeah.
yeah.
I got you. And bazooka to confirm.
So the
is okay.
LMG on a 3+, getting 4. I killed a team. Holy shit!
Oh, those LMGs might have finally gotten
I
close
would
to a target.
much rather the bazooka. However, I'll take what I can get. So now we're going to roll into the rest of the shootings. So we're going to start. My Command Panzer IVs over here are going to take the super long range shots down to your M12s. They are in concealment. They are just in range. So they are aggressive, I think you said.
They're aggressive.
So I'll be hitting you on 5s because of range and concealment. With 2 shots. Nothing.
No and no.
Worth trying, though.
You stay away.
All right, we're going to get some 20 mil action going into the 250 cal half-tracks. So 2 shots on the move, hitting on 4s.
Yeah, they are veterans now.
3 hits. AT, I believe, is 5.
So
Should I
2
check
and 1.
that? Yeah, AT 5.
So 2. They're in. And 1 bounces.
5+ firepower, though. So I'll kill 1 half-track. Okay, so we'll come back. I'll just leave it die there to remember that, because I know I will forget. Panzer IVs. We're going to throw 1 cannon shot into that half-track and 3 MG shots into those infantry. So, hitting on
Hitting
hit on 6s, because you're stuck on the ground. Close. Okay.
And the cannon shot.
Actually hits.
That does hit.
Yeah, because you're in the open to me now.
We are now. Well, I think
Oh,
we just go straight in.
into firepower. Yay! I killed another vehicle.
I'll need a little bit
All
more
right,
smoke.
so I've already had a better turn with 2 vehicle kills. Okay, next we've got the Command Panthers. They stayed stationary. I am now going to take the concealed shot into the Calliopes, because I didn't think about that. Now I'm shooting these
And
both.
like, I feel like the half track is tall enough, but
Look at the barrel. It's literally sitting above you.
I don't know.
Well, either way,
We're
it's
gonna
erect
go
now,
ahead.
so I can shoot it.
That's true. Actually, it is erect now.
Yeah,
so
you do get
but there's
concealment.
smoke. All right.
Are they aggressive or careful for the Caliopias?
That
I don't think we've actually checked that yet.
I have not checked.
So while you're checking, I'm going to take a drink.
No product placement here.
Whatever. At this point, with how I've been rolling.
They are careful.
Okay, so hitting on 5s, becoming, I think...
6s at over 16,
Ooh,
are they?
is
They
that
might not
16?
be. Well, if you don't drag one, he was kind of stationary right here.
So,
But I would...
And yeah, no, they're both within 16.
I'll say, well, I say one is.
Oh, do you measure... Actually, do you measure from the end of the barrel for range or from the hull of the tank? Because if it's barrel, it's within range. If it's hull, the one is out.
We'll give you both.
Okay.
5s?
So, hitting on
All right.
5s. Hitting one tank, AT-14, to your front armor of 7, I think, because they're late Shermans.
They are,
But
yes,
that
late.
is-
So
yeah,
do I even have a save?
Goes in, actually. So firepower 3+. Cause,
So 7 goes to 8?
No,
And
because
what's
I'm
your
under
AT?
16.
You're under 16? It is?
Yep. Blows them up.
Oh, unfortunate. You can go away, good sir.
Nope. Nope, I needed that. So, King Tigers, we are going to... Cannon shot the half? No, I have to shoot the target I want to charge, right?
There is that.
I hate you with your freaking half tracks, man. Getting in my way. All right. One of them will machine gun the infantry, and the other will cannon shot your mortar tracks.
Like, it seems like you don't like my artillery.
I really don't. So the infantry is still gone to ground because that section has not moved. So hitting on 6s. No. And the tracks, mortar tracks, are hitting on 4s because they are in the open.
They also are definitely under 16.
Yeah. One hit. We aren't even going to bother checking the AT because it's bailed out. What? You know what? I can't complain because you do that to my tracks
When
all
you
the time.
only wear tissue paper, a
Yeah.
King Tiger shell will pass through
Yeah.
without detonating.
Well, it's a solid shot, right? Anyways, we've got the Whirlwind anti-air platoon. A moving rate of fire 3 is going to shoot into whatever is left in that building. I think it's just a single.
There is a machine gun team.
All right, hitting on 6s because now he's gone to ground.
How many dice went off the table? Only one?
Nothing. Okay. I understand your complaints about my gone to ground German infantry now.
The shooting, you wonder why I rely on assaults. Shooting like veterans who are dug in is almost impossible. It happens, and you would cheer when it does.
Yeah, it's fair. The 2 Panthers that failed the blitz, so they're adding +1, shooting into the Sherman that is absurdly close that really they should be able to see. But
I've been that person against your OP.
Hitting on 7s, no.
The times you can literally get out, walk up, knock on the window, and say, bang, bang, you're dead, but apparently can't actually shoot them.
So that's my shooting phase, I think. Because Stugs don't have a line of sight yet. Jagdpanzer's the same. Don't need the OP because I bombarded there. Infantry can't shoot because they have no line of sight, and I mean they don't have range with their weapons that can have line of sight. Yeah, no, that's my shooting phase.
That firms it up.
On to the assault phase. The King Tiger is charging, and this is probably going to end really poorly because you've got like 3 Shaffies that can now shoot me and a bazooka.
We're going to do it.
Hi. Take a defensive fire.
You're 4,
Yes, I'm careful.
and let me just double check.
I'm pretty sure there's at least 3 Shaffies that can shoot.
He's not wide enough to draw in, or is he wider than the Panther?
No.
I don't know. Oh. You know, you're good.
Yeah. So how many of the Shaffies am I drawing in?
Chaffies,
Oh, only
2.
Okay. Well, those are good odds. So we got 2 Shaffies and a bazooka. Shaffies are stationary rate of fire, so should be 2 shots.
They would be.
So 4 shots
We'll
in
do the
total?
1 bazooka, because you know you love King Tigers and bazookas.
Yay.
Oh!
Yay. Small mercies.
Okay, so 4 chaffee shots.
2 hits. 88 to side armor 10, the first one. Equals the second one. Bounces. So you can potentially bail me on a successful firepower.
Which is still a 3+.
Ugh. Okay, so the Konigstiger falls back. Just like the Panther before him. Clunk. As I fall them apart. Alright, on to American turn 3.
And I'll have a bit of smoke before we roll into the starting step, so one moment.
Command step.
We have a little bit of one. We do have our pin down rifles here still, and a bailed out half track. We'll do the rifles. See if they're up this turn. They're not. The half track, he's okay.
Turn it.
And we do have 3 dice for reserves.
Yes, so now if you do not get a 5, you
I'm
automatically
getting 1
get a unit.
automatically, but I would love if they could come in to support each other. Great,
Well,
I do
you
get
get a
2
unit.
of them.
Nope, no, you only get
Oh, that's
1
right.
if you
You're
roll a
right.
5, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I do get 1.
So we'll be right back with the movement after he chooses which reserve.
So, movement stage. We did get 1 reserve. So our 76s, we're able to do 16 in from the corner, and then they've just tacticaled in. They're going to be able to try and lock down and secure this tree line, which will also protect my very important M12s. One of the half tracks in town skirted around just to join his brother. And then most of the infantry not able to move. The only real other shuffle was we actually successfully blitzed the chaffies. So the one wrapped around the corner here, I want him to engage the AA guns. The rear one moved up to fill his place, and the outside one that was outside of 8 to support these infantry has moved up to just kind of be in face. So we will go right into some shooting. Artillery fire. What we're relying on, we'll start with our Calliopes. I'm actually still kind of happy with their prior ranged in spot. They are down to 2 guns, but at least I'll be doing a repeat. So over here, I'm able to catch these back 4 teams, the half tracks, including the one bailed, and the Wesps. So that's I'm happy with that shot. We're going to fire that out. I will be hitting on this point at first, so everything except the Wesps is a 3. The Wesps are a 4, so we'll do that. We'll do the Wesps here first.
Oh, actually, are you using the spotter to bombard? Because if you're using them, you do have the +1 for normal.
Yes, yeah, he'll be using the spotter up there that ranged him in the first time.
Then that was the infantry or the Wesps?
That was the Wesps.
So hitting all 3. Nice.
So the half tracks, these are for the front 3, and for the bailed out one.
Okay.
The bailed out one, 2 of the front 3, the Wesps themselves,
and
then
infantry.
4 infantry teams, 2 along the back, both, 2 on the interior, both, all 4.
All right, and then re-rolling successes.
Yes, indeed.
As we almost forgot, even
I
though we
almost
literally just
forgot
stated
because
that.
it wasn't a single gun mortar team, and normally I don't lose them. All right, so 2 front grenadiers.
Still hitting.
Still in 3s. All right, at least it's not 6s or something. 2 rear ones.
Yeah,
Hitting
okay.
on 3s. So all 4 grenadiers. The 2 half tracks here. One of them is unconfirmed. And the 3 Wesps.
2 now.
One
okay,
is
that's good.
unconfirmed.
And the last
And
bailed
the
out.
bailed half track. That one still hits.
All right. Once again, AT2. So top armor 0 equals the 2 Wesps. I believe are top armor 0. 1 goes in, 1 bounces. That half track there goes in, and 4 infantry saves. Oof.
Your black dice said, hey, look, we can roll really great once in a while, but we can't do it all the time. Boom. Okay, so I need one of these is unconfirmed or bounced. Firepower on 1 for each of the 3 vehicles. So we'll do the half track here. Firepower is a 4. Somewhere you can see it. Boom. The Wesp
Fills out.
No. And actually, it's not a 4, it's a 5, but that's
Okay.
still good for that. And for the bailed out one, no, but it would need
A morale check.
a morale test.
Blows up.
That one's gone, and that one will die.
Right, yep.
A straight die, yeah.
So,
And the Wasp is bailed.
we'll mark that in a bit. What was the next thing you wanted?
So, the next one is we're going to do the M12s. Now, a lot of his big cats have gotten in underneath the umbrella. So it took me a moment to kind of consider where I would both have line of sight and able to do anything. And it's this tree line he was firing at me from. And if we hug a little towards the inside here, as you can see, we'll actually catch the 3 Stoogs behind the building. So hopefully that is a success. Now we're going to be obviously under terrain. They are veteran, so on a 4. Which we get. So we have 2 Panzer IVs and 3 Stoogs, all of which are aggressive.
Yes,
even the HQ
yeah, they're
Panzers?
brigade, yeah.
Okay, so for the 2 Panzer
Panthers.
IVs,
Yep.
yep, 2 of them, and the 3 Stoogs,
Yep.
2 of those.
So the 2 Panzer IVs, top armor is 1, 2 anti-tank 3. Both bounce. And the 2 Stugs, top armor 1, both bounce.
All right.
Interesting.
They apparently held up better than those Panthers did.
Yep.
I was
Rush
hoping to get at least
production.
1 or 2. So that main artillery is done. We were down to just some various mortars. We will do the armored mortars are going to shoot through. Just range themselves in on the infantry over in the field. Now that would be able to be opened, so they would just need a 4. Still no. No. And actually no.
Okay.
Complete fail. That leaves us down to various small single team mortars. The 60 here, we'll use the OP to fire at those same infantry.
All right, but that will be starting on the second attempt.
Yep.
because- yeah.
Second, but he only needs 4s. He does get it on the 3rd.
Okay, so hitting on
So
5s.
hitting on 5s. And there are 3, 4, 5, 6 teams
Mhm.
on 5s and reconfirming. 1, which is confirmed.
It was good.
He is saved, but at least we keep. He might have even been pinned down already.
They already were. Yeah,
Now
the
we
brigade
are-
stuff has really bad motivation.
Up to some direct fire, because these guys don't really have line of sight. I'm danger close to some stuff. So we're going to go into direct firing first off. Now my one Chaffee that did blitz has 2 shots. He's going to shoot at the armor, or the AA pieces there.
Mhm.
So they are just aggressive as well.
Yep.
3s. 1 hit.
All right.
Armor 10.
Anti-tank.
Or 18 tank. Yep.
Front armor's 4, so I want a 6. I can equal you, which I'll do.
Equals.
So potential bail.
Does bail 1. Now the other one is actually going to use smoke shells at the King Tigers. Just direct fire smoke.
Oh, yeah.
So he hits the 2 of them, and there'll be a smoke puff on the 2 King Tigers. We have 2 in the house here.
Yep.
Gonna shoot at them. We actually have ones out in the field who are in 8 and also in 8. So we will shoot all 4 bazookas.
Now, those you should roll separately, the ones in the buildings, because of the way the turret's turned. They actually have a potential side shot. The other ones will be all on front.
Fair enough. Okay. So 2 will be
Hitting on 4s because I am in the tree line.
hitting on 4s. 1 hits.
So now, depending on where you assign it,
I will assign it, say then, to the one that has a potential for the
all right,
side.
so we'll just roll it right away. 1, 2, or 3, it's the hull, which is the front. 4, 5, or 6, it's the turret, which is the side. All right, so the hull front.
All front. Okay. And then 2 more. Neither.
All right, so anti-tank 10 to front armor 5?
Or
Question mark?
6.
So against anti-tank 10, I'll need a 4 to equal. Or 6.
Or straight
we'll ignore
bounce
it.
it.
Okay.
Not bad at all. I will move down the line. I do have various bazookas in here.
Yeah.
We're going to shoot at some armored cars. They've been staying on the ground for a while. There are 4 bazookas in there. Only one. Are they aggressive?
No, they're careful.
Okay, only one hit. I will put it
front
on a
armor
20
one.
mil. Which we can't see is a. Actually, don't. Oh yeah, straight pen. That's
firepower's-
why it is firepower.
Yeah, but firepower
So
is
it is
a
a
5.
5.
Plus, so that
Yeah,
builds.
I was about to say I'm not sure what I'm rolling. You need the armor save. But yes, okay. So one bailed. While I'm here, I'm going to do the 50.
Mhm.
He's stationary this turn. 3 shots. He's going to do the same. He can hit. So I'll do 1 on each.
Okay, so the
I will do the 20 that's not bailed. Oh wait, you get armor saves this time.
yes, this one I do. So anti-tank 4, front armor 1. So the bailed out tank goes in. The unbailed out 20 mil bounces, and the MG one goes in. So the already bailed out 20 and the MG.
Okay, so there we go, and yeah, then now it's the firepower.
Yeah.
Okay. No, and for the MG was the second one, the 2?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
So they are bailed at least? Yes, those
Yeah,
would be
because
still
that's
bailed.
pin.
And one of those was on the already bailed
Yep.
tank? Okay, so we'll have a morale for him.
That's cocked. There we go. So he is fine.
Is he good?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, because it's the remount.
We'll go over here to the 50s from these
yes, on the
into the
OP.
OP. So they're stationary this turn, so 6 shots at him. We
3, 4.
found our target. Cautious?
He is careful.
Yeah, I assumed he would be
So
still.
AT4,
So
front
4.
armor 1. 2 go in. 1 equals.
2 in, 1 equals, so 2 to just blow up. We do
Yes.
get it. And while I'm just moving along, we'll come over to this side here. Now, you're definitely concealed by the rise of the bridge and the trees, but we should have some under 16 shots down from an angle into the flank there. Now, they're full moving, so they're stabilizers.
And I'm concealed.
You're concealed, so, and you're aggressive, so I'm up to 5s.
Yep.
So 2, 4, 6, 8 on 5s into the Panzer IV HQs. But they do like that they get to join the battle finally. Oh, I need 5s. Boom. So 2 and 3.
And these were AT13 because the
These
HVAP
are
cards,
HVAP,
so I don't
so
get
yeah.
armor saves.
Oh, that's
Because my
true.
front armor is only 6.
So firepower 2 on the one. He is bailed, double bailed. I don't even know if that forces an immediate morale or not. And 1 goes very, very much up. So
Alright.
top of German turn, there is a lot of it.
Running out of equipment, so we're just going to go straight into the remounts. So
Wanna
Company
start on the
Command
left?
Panzer, remounting on a 5+ with a reroll. Doesn't remount. Then we've got these 2 tracks, remounting on 4, so the 2 centimeter remounts. So won't do a last stand. And the MG does not remount, but that's good. There's at least 2 tanks. The Wesps are fearless, so remount on a 3+.
These guys have never been shot at before, apparently. They don't even know what that's about.
And then we've got this Flak Panzer on 5+. Nope. And the King Tiger on a 3+ with a reroll. Yes. Then we've got some unpins on a 5+ for the assault rifles. Nope. And a 5+ for the Panzergren. Nope. So that right there, that 5+ unpin is really killing me.
You can get a lot of units, but moving forward with them can be a struggle.
And a last stand check on the Flak Panzers. They have the Joy of the Reich, or the last Reich, which is 4+, so they stick around. And
Almost missed that one entirely.
I think the command tank does have to do a last stand because he's down to 1 tank. And they're
he didn't
good.
start as one, but he is good.
Alright, so on to movement, and we'll be right back.
So, pinned down, reluctant does slow down the advance.
Yep.
What movement did you find?
So not much moved. The Panzer IV from that platoon finally successfully crossed and moved up with his compatriots. The one Panther Brigade commander crossed into the trees.
Leapfrogged
The
over.
one Konigstiger moves slightly out from under the smoke to get a clear line of sight on some stuff, where the other Konigstiger is just whatever.
Gonna stay.
Flak Panzer is going for hell and is charging the Shaffies.
Just back and forth with those light guns.
And
Fair.
The assault panzer grenadiers moved up to be within range of the reroll from the Panther commanders. So, hopefully they'll limp in next turn. And we're going to move into the shooting.
What shooting we got?
Alright, so we're just going to start on the left and move over across. We've got the 2 Panthers over there. One of them is going to stationary red fire into the OP. The other is going to shoot through the gap of the trees and the house to shoot the 81mm mortar. So, hitting the OP on a 6. Okay. Hitting the mortar, I think, on a 4, because it should be under 16. Just double checking real quick.
He is cautious, and he is under 16.
Alright. So we hit. AT-14, firepower 3+.
One of them goes up.
Excellent.
Good show.
We'll dig out some smoke in a second. We'll just...
That's fine, yeah. I'll leave a dice there till the end phase.
The Wirbelwind has AT-5. What's the front number of a Shafi?
Only 4.
Okay. Moving red fire 3. Hitting you on 4s. 2 hits. So don't roll once.
Yeah, it is a 4. So you could say something else besides that. Like, I'm going to roll like a 1 and a 5.
Yeah, I think that would work. Okay, Konigstiger beside them, shooting through his smoke, hitting you on a 5. Then he's going to shoot the Shaffies. Hits 1. AT-17. Bails 1 out.
Bring your lightest armor, because the shell passes right through.
And then 4 MGs into the infantry from the other one. These will be hitting on 5s, because you're now only concealed. Or 2 hits. I'll put it on the bazooka
It's
team
worth giving up
and a rifle
the gone to ground when he rolled 6s anyway. Now for the Chaffee, sorry, which one did you?
Just the back one. There.
Boom.
Yep.
Okay.
Then
And the infantry was targeting where?
1 hit on a bazooka, 1 hit on a rifle team. The rifle is definitely within
here?
danger. Yeah, here. And then the bazooka is actually, again, if you only measure from the hull, I can never remember which it is. It is outside of 6.
You know what? Honestly, I will just say it's as it is. Are these cannon shots?
No, they're just MGs.
MGs? Okay, so bazooka and a rifle. We'll do bazooka.
Yep.
Good. Rifle.
Well,
That one fails.
Oh, 6 at firepower. Please don't kill the team I really
I was going
need
to say the team you keep
Okay.
trying to assault on.
Okay. That could end really
Come on,
poorly.
just move me outside that 4.
The Panther commanders. One of them is going to repeat fire into the Calliopes. Now it is over 16 and in concealment, so I'll be hitting you on a 6, I think. And the other is going to do 2 shots into some half tracks. So on the Calliopes first, on a 6, getting 1 hit.
Oh, you
Putting
still
into
got
the
it.
Tree line there at the back.
And only chance is nothing.
Okay.
No, yeah, there's still there's 7, so you're 14.
Right. Fire for 3. Blows it up. So that's the second Shafi. Or Shafi. Calliope. And then into the half tracks with the other one. Hitting on, 2 hits. One of the 50 cals here, and then
One of the 30s. Yeah, just straight up.
So they're both bailed out.
Oh, you could never bail at the Calliope, eh? But that's fine.
Apparently.
That's fine.
They
Again,
have-
anytime you shoot something light, you will never be able to, and that's the problem I have with your little scout cars.
Yeah, that's fair. And then we have some Panzers. So, Panzers, stationary cannon shots on these 2, and moving red fire on him. What do I want to do? I don't like your bazookas. I'm going to shoot cannons into the infantry team. We're going to do 2 cannons into this infantry, and 1 cannon into this infantry. So 4 shots, hitting on 5s on the dug-in dudes in front of the forest. No, and 1 shot hitting on 5s in the... No, never mind. Okay, worth a try. Then we've got stationary ready to fire 2 centimeter cannons into your 50 cal half tracks. Hitting on 4s.
Yep.
Okay. We got 3 hits at anti-tank 5. So 2 on 1, 1 on the other track.
So I'm assuming you want 3 on the 50.
Yes, please.
These are for armor saves. Yeah. What's your AT?
I believe 20 mil is 85. Yeah, 85.
85. So 3 on the 50. He does not like that at all. All 3
Oh,
go.
no, sorry. It was only 2 on the 50, 1 on the other. Right, there was only 3 hits in total.
Oh,
Not bad.
I
So
will say
it's
all
fine.
3 of them went in.
Yep.
In this case.
So 2 on the 50. My bad, guys. And also, I realize my mic's over there anyway, so hopefully you can hear us. 2 on the 50. Destroyed. And the MG is destroyed. Okay. Interesting. That doesn't usually happen that well.
I mean, at this point, I was just trading half tracks for what they could do.
What do I got left? I've got Stugs that can't see, Jagdpanzers that can't see, infantry that can't do, Wesps that can't shoot, half tracks that are basically useless. I love playing Germans. I kid. The Bulge book does have some good tools. I just intentionally chose the brigade stuff to see if it would work. Reluctant really hurts. So, we are going to roll into American turn 4?
This is bottom of 4 or 5?
I think it's bottom of 4. Because you only just rolled 3 dice last turn.
Indeed, yes. So
okay.
this would be the bottom of 4.
So, the beer's going to my head, and we'll be moving right along.
Just a quick rebound because Jacob, before I did anything but well-marking smoke, decided he wants to give another crack at the Konigstiger assault.
I like letting the Americans shoot my side armor. What can I say?
I mean, honestly, actually, I wasn't even concerned. I was like, sure, you know what? That's the only time I'm going to get those side shots. Let's do it.
So, do you want to do the bazooka first or the 2 Chappies?
Let's do the bazooka. I like the bazooka.
All right, hitting on 4.
So, bazooka.
Hits.
Does hit.
AT-10, side armor 8. Is good.
All right. Bounces. All right.
Now we have a single Chaffee that has a clear, unobstructed line of sight.
So,
but we do have another Chaffee that has a concealed, so I'm assuming you want to do the unobstructed one first?
Yes, we'll do the clear Chaffee.
1 hit.
Are you cautious?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so 1 hit.
So, again, AT-8, or AT-10 to side armor 8 equals...
Does equal, and...
No!
Does bail!
Does not bail.
Oh, you're right.
Because it only equals.
It equals.
So, now we get 2 more shots.
Oh, no!
Get 2 more shots, but these are hitting on 5 because of concealment.
I thought it was a pen for a sec. All right, 2 more.
Hey, I finally made an assault! Okay, a single Tiger tank against a single rifle team. Veteran. Splat.
You grind him down!
Do you wish to counterattack?
I do so, sir.
5+. You're reluctant.
And I can barely hurt you, but that's fine.
I
what's your counterattack?
Like 3 or 2, I think.
I'm going to roll it just to see if I even get a choice.
No,
which one?
Okay. Awesome.
All right. You, sir, have killed like 2 riflemen.
I pushed you away from your foxholes, though. That's what's important.
Some of us.
This could be the big break. Well, everything's within 6 inches.
Yeah,
right?
Some of us. Most of those were that close. All right. So we're going to take a moment while I move all my men back, and then we can go into the top of the American turn.
In the ongoing saga of I hate Americans, please continue. I don't actually hate Americans. I just hate playing against them.
All right. So he's actually, we were just realizing, this also might be the first time you've ever required me to make a last stand check on like anything.
I don't want to think about it. But
we do have a lot of remounts. So they're half tracks and such.
Nope. I'm happy. I finally successfully landed a Tiger assault.
You used a King Tiger to kill a single rifleman.
Worth it.
Moving on. And he only got in due to a failed firepower, but it's happened. Jacob has landed a single assault. Okay, so
we got some rebounds.
We do have the 2 half tracks.
Yep.
Let me just double check.
I'm assuming they're either
I think they're
5
just
or
confident.
4.
They have terrible last stands. Oh no, they would be actually the reluctant now. I forgot battle weary.
They are war weary. Yes.
So 2 half tracks.
Yeah.
No, and no.
I just want to go back to the States, man. Come on.
So, like, you were using our hold just as, like,
just go home.
Avenue blocks.
This is our...
You put us out here to be sacrificed.
Just go back to America.
In reality, the driver's already out. He's like, do I want to even go get in that? No.
They're opening a can of Spam.
They're just like, park it here. Why? You'll see in a minute. And the Chaffee, he's at least not reluctant.
Yeah, he's a 4+.
I think he is only... Oh, these are...
They're the veteran ones. Are they reluctant?
No, he does have a protected ammo 3+ remount.
Oh, excellent. Don't mind us, guys. This is actually, I think, the first time we've used any of the Bulge US stuff as well.
Yeah, I've been cranking away at painting some stuff through Normandy. I'm into the Bulge content.
Mm-hmm.
Those do stay built. I do have the 2 infantry teams.
Yes, so they're unbailing.
These guys have been pinned down in the church forever. And the ones out here,
They have a
after
commander
the
reroll,
assault,
though, correct?
They do have a commander reroll, which they still don't really want to go forward, which is honestly fine. They know their job is to hold the line. That's it. I do have the Calliope.
Yes, the last stand on him.
4+, because I can still template.
Hey!
And he leaves. Okay.
Finally, I killed a unit! It only took 4 turns!
But let's see the fact that I actually realized at this stage, given the fact I haven't deployed my assault, or my ambush, sorry, I have 100 points that haven't seen action. So let's see if any of them want to come in, up to 4 dice.
Gosh, and the fact that he's still beating me back so easily.
We get 2 of them!
Man. Okay, that's not good. So we'll be right back with that. Okay! After a long, thought-out process, here we are with American turn 4 movement. Take us through it.
Okay, so we opted to bring in our M10s and the armored rifles. So we're starting with them.
Just couldn't bring them over here where I could shoot at them, could you?
If those were Panzer IVs, Jag Panzer IVs, but the 470s, no.
I was going to say, they are Jag Panzer IVs.
Jag Panzer 470s. That's a very
Still the same
big difference.
chassis.
But yeah, so the dashed up here, the armored rifles down here. These guys did come up with 2, the jumbo and the one being able to successfully cross.
Yep.
It is going to put me danger close to my artillery. I decided it was a consideration whether I wanted to do that or not, but I'll have a few shots with them through in place on the Stugs. My Greyhounds, now that they've dealt with the OP, have moved around here.
Oh yeah, more 2
take
centimeter
up
targets.
Yeah, exactly. We're just going to fight back and forth, back and forth. You know what? I almost should have just driven through your wreckage and come out behind. That would have been fun. Speaking of, we did that with the Chaffies.
Ugh.
2 of them have dashed across in the antics, or the ethos of the cavalry days to flank out these Panthers. And 1 drove through some wreckage, did make a cross check, and to get into some more backfield.
Now, he's got side shots on the King Tigers. That could be big.
Something at least. And then here, these guys just dug in.
Yep.
The ones that fell back into their new positions. That's what we have for movement.
All right.
We hopefully have some very fun shooting to go into. I'm going to take a moment while I consider the artillery for the first part, what we even have left to fire at, or line of sight to, and then we'll come back to play that out.
All right. Sounds good. We'll be right back.
American, turn 5.
Pretty sure it's 4. You only just rolled 4 dice.
All right. Either way, we have
We're losing track.
to start. I'm going to use my OP, calling my M12s. I am getting real close to invalidating most of my targets, but to replace my missing Calliopes, I've got back here. So we're going to try and take out these Wesps and the artillery back there.
Okay. On a
So
4.
on a 4 with the tall terrain, which we do get. Fantastic.
At least it's not my infantry.
So we have 3 Wesps, 2 half tracks. 2 of the Wesps are hit.
Yep.
And 2 half tracks that are identical.
Yep.
One of them.
1. All right. 83, top armor 0 on the Wesps. 1 equals. And on the track, goes in.
So for the Wesp, does
Fails out.
blow up.
No, equaled. Top armor 0, I rolled 3 and a 4. It's that track that went in.
Sorry, so then yes, bailed out.
Sorry.
And the track
Don't mind us.
does blow up the track.
Okay. So that'll be a last stand test on those half tracks. We-do.
Now, I am going to use the same OP, range in my armored mortars, now that I've lost my line of sight 1. Now, I do have some squads here that are going to be danger close, so we're going to not be able to clip the first guy, but I can.
No, you'll still hit the first guy.
Okay, well, then we will just clip the infantry coming through that field. So, for the second attempt, now that in the open, so still 4s, we do get.
Okay. So 6.
Hitting on 4s?
Yeah, hitting on 4s because I'm aggressive.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what you meant there. Sorry, with the 6. We have was on 4s.
Yep. And then re-rolling successes because 2 guns firing.
So they are now. Yes.
Yes. It's about the only thing I've got going for me.
What can convert? One more out, but still 4.
4 hits. All the same teams, so 4 infantry saves. I'll lose 2.
2. Perfect. Make sure they keep their heads down. And let's then start on really the direct fire. So we might as well start over here where we've limited shots. I mean, there's a whole bunch of shots going into a
M10s first.
Bailed out Panzer IV HQ. Yeah, we'll do the 2 M10s. So they don't have stabilizers, just 2 shots. They hit.
All right. Front armor 6.
The firepower is a 13.
Yeah,
he does go up. Now here, we said the jumbo is kind of blocked by the trees.
Yeah, but
the other 76 does have a stabilizer shot into the Stooks.
And there is a bit of concealment there.
Yeah,
so,
they're concealed with the angles and such. So we will have. Are you 3s?
3s. So
stabilizers 4s to 5s.
Yeah, 5s. Nice.
They both go.
All right. Now front armor is 7. You would normally be anti-tank 12, but because of HVAP,
13 with HVAP. So you can roll a 6 to tie.
No.
They do go in. So firepower, one of them is failed and
destroyed.
1 destroyed.
All right.
We will move right along. I will do the 50s into the armored cars from the 2 Greyhounds that have moved around. 2 hits.
Anti-tank 4.
Yes.
To front armor 1. 1 equals.
So 1 equals.
1 goes
1 in.
So I'm assuming on both on the 2 centimeters.
Yeah, the one that's going in does blow up.
Hey, you finally killed one.
And the other one, ooh, that's definition of cocked. That one is nothing.
Excellent.
But we will follow up with the bazookas. There were 4 in that house, or the church. Into the remainder.
1 hit.
They almost had no hits.
I'm again assuming on the unbailed out.
Yeah, the remaining 20. Oh yeah, it's straight in.
It just
fails the firepower, so it's bailed. Again, I was almost like, wait, I rolled dice for you. We will move right along. We have the bazooka shots into here. We have 2 from the house, 2 out here. These are going to go into the Panzer IVs.
Okay. Hitting on 4s.
We do have 2.
Front armor
10
6.
to 6. You can try and save.
So the farthest one out goes in, and then this one beside him is ignored.
Bounce. All right. Bailed. Okay, and my awesome fun cavalry
The
charge.
I'm not looking forward to this
so
part.
the one to the front is going to
Ostwind.
shoot the AA. Now he didn't move,
Nope.
so they are
3s.
just 3s. 1 hit on the not bailed out.
AT.
AT is 10.
So we're verbal wind, and the front armor is 3. So
Okay, so firepower does blow it up. Now my other 2 Chaffies do, let me just absolutely double check, yes, have stabilizer. So 2 shots into the sides of the Panthers from over here.
Hitting on
4s, so hitting on 4s. They like it.
All right, AT-10 to side armor 5.
So
2
and 1.
1
in,
equals,
1
goes
equal.
in, and the one with 1 goes in.
Okay, so the one that's in by itself bailed. The other one that has 2 hits, the one that goes in, also bailed, and double bailed.
All right. And then you've got one last one. Do you want to put him into the King Tiger? Or, I mean, it is side armor 8, so it's still not likely to do much, but you never know.
He's going to turn his turret all the way around here. He's going to shoot the other Panther.
Okay.
A 5 is better than an 8.
I suppose that's
and it's straight numbers. When I'm going to die to anything that blinks back at me, I might as well take out what I can.
I suppose that's fair.
1 hit.
Goes in.
And does blow it up.
Excellent.
No assaults to do. Although I was really hoping so, but the only thing left in that house is my LMG. So I can't finish off those Panthers. Brings me to the end of the turn. And to the top of German turn.
5, running out
At
of
least
time.
leaving him with a big starting step.
All right, moving right into it.
So, German turn
Turn
5.
five,
A
command
very
step.
extensive command.
So,
if you
we're
can't
gonna
hurt brigade, at least make them roll a command. That
start
morale.
with some remounts with the MG track here on a 4+. Nope. And the 2 centimeter on a 4+. Nope. So we'll come back to those for our last stand. 3+ remount on the Wesp. Yep. That's good.
They're fine.
5+ remount on the infantry here with commander reroll finally. Nope. And on the Panzer Grenadiers, same thing, 5+, but no reroll. Nope. 4+ remount on the Whirlwind, and I just realized I'm technically supposed to do all the remounts first, but I mean, whatever. And a 5+ remount on these 2 Panthers. No. So, last stand checks now. 4+ on the Panthers. Nope. So they run away. 4+ on the Whirlwind. It sticks around.
He's bailed but sticks.
They'll die. These guys. So they're scouts.
Yes, the last stand for them.
I actually forgot to check their last stand. I think it's a 5+. Let me just double check. Doop-a-doo, doop-a-doo. Yes, it is a 5+. No. All right, so they're dead. So I'll be back after I mark everything, and we'll move on to the movement.
So, turn 5.
Yep. So we realized we forgot to remount one of the Panzer IVs. It did remount.
It did.
And then really the only thing I moved is I attempted to cross-check the Jagd Panzers 470s. 2 passed, 1 failed, so they moved up. They have a single shot each on 1 Sherman.
Waiting for the reserves you were suspecting to arrive with your
So you come down the row.
But we dodged. All right.
And then the Tiger 2s drove around everything and are attempting to deal with the infantry.
Pretty much we assumed he could just shoulder check through at least that gap. It was a little tight, but
I mean, there's most of the gap. The only thing is the little front fender of the half-track just a little bit too close. When we put it down, it literally upended it, so it's good enough.
It's a King Tiger. We assume he could get through a little bit of fender.
It's thick with a capital T. All right, moving on to the shooting. We'll be right back. Okay, we're going to start the shooting phase with the last Panther I have in the command platoon. It's going to shoot at the 2 Shaffies on this side of the platoon. I'm going to be shooting through the smoke of my dead Kameraden, so hitting on 5s. I'll get 1 hit. I will assign it to this tank here.
And well, straight to firepower.
Has built it. Then we have 3 Panzers. They are going to cannon fire into the platoon in the field. Stationary rate of fire, hitting on 5s because you're in concealment. 3 hits on a bazooka who may or may not be too close to danger close. A bazooka who is far enough away to danger close, and a rifle team right beside him.
What's his
6.
6.
So he's definitely.
So the bazookas.
He is within 6.
We will say in.
He's outside
out.
of 6.
So I will try and danger close the 1 rear bazooka into a rifle, which 3 does, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know what? Not even a rifle. We'll just put it on the mortar. We don't need him anymore.
Has to be within so many inches, I think.
Well, would it not be at least just within 6 inches?
So if not a valid target gets to shoot him, would have been concealed.
All right. Well, it's in the other rifle in front of him.
So it just saves now. You're not taking away my charge.
That's true. That's true. So we have a bazooka and 2 rifles. So bazooka is good. 2 rifles, both good.
Yeah, I figured that would happen. Okay, so that's everything on this flank. We got 2 Jagdpanzer 470s shooting over here, concealed within 16, so hitting 5s on that Sherman. 1 hit, AT-14 to your front armor 8, because you're up armored, which is still going to go in, right? No, 6 can equal. 6 can equal. So there you go. The up armored card is actually coming into play.
It's expensive. I don't know about it. If that had been a 6, but...
Hey, you finally killed the Sherman. This is good. I'll take it. And then we got the King Tigers. They're going to MG fire into the infantry in front of them. I believe they are rate of fire 4. I'm just going to double check because I probably should. They are probably rate of fire 4. Most German tanks seem to be ROF 4. Yep. I don't know why I second guessed myself. Hitting on 5s because you're in concealment. That's 2 hits, which is actually enough to pin you. And I'll put them on 2 bazookas. 1, 2. The front bazooka is within 6.
Definitely.
I cannot be mistaken.
Second one, I'm going to mistaken to the mortar now.
Nope.
Doesn't. All right.
Sadly.
So 2 bazookas.
Both
are safe.
All right, but you are pinned. That is good.
So he's making the slow trundle forward into the mortar. We do have 2 bazookas, now slow firing. 1 hits.
Okay. Side armor 8 to anti-tank 10. Bounces.
Bounces right off.
So 2 hits on a 3+ to kill the mortar. It is Le Splat.
And mortar's dead. Boom.
Test a counterattack if you wish.
Well, let's see if we even get the option. We
No.
don't. So we are just going to shuffle back some more in a moment.
And I'll consolidate forward. Alright, and there we have the ARP has fallen back and the King Tigers have swung around in the consolidation. So we'll be moving into American turn 5.
Bottom of turn 5.
Yeah. Alright, American turn 5, command step.
So we do have some various pin downs. The rifles have been pinned the entire game in the church.
And
But you have moved a commander into range of them.
No!
The other ones here who have been pinned from the fallback from the assault. Oh, they do have a commander. And
Okay, they stay pinned. I
Oh
can
no,
deal with
they
that.
actually they do have a 4 rally.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so they are
We have
unpinned.
2 half tracks. Boom. No. Yes. And 1 Chaffee that I think actually has protected ammo. So yeah, is a 3+. But he
No.
does not.
Okay.
Okay, so that still as far as no last stands. We will roll
Might as well roll for your reserves.
for reserves.
5 dice, but
5
you only
dice.
got 1 unit left, so...
Yeah, 1 would be guaranteed. So whatever, I've got my 2 HQ Shermans that'll be coming on to join over here as well. And then in this case, at the start as well, the ambush I've been holding off forever. My 88s, or my easy 8s. We'll get it right one day.
Shermans with 88s.
Sure. It's the
Some
end of the world.
post-war level stuff.
They're going to come back here. I do have to be outside of 16. And then otherwise, ta-da, they'd be just fine. And the good reason I kept those as my ambush is because they can do a free move to inside the
4-inch free
16.
move, yeah, and then without having to trigger stabilizer.
So then they will have a whole bunch of shots that ideally can neutralize this King Tiger threat. Turn 5, and they finally, my plan has been sprung. So we will go right into movement. The most fun movement, of course, will be apparently my very dashing Chaffies.
Boo,
And see what we can do.
Boo. We'll be back. Okay, American movement, turn 5. I think that's where we were.
We had to briefly pause to make some
Yeah, I ran out of space on my hard
So, what all did I move? Oh, yes, I had some exciting movement.
Yes, we did.
So my Sherman HQ has come in. They're setting up to grab the flank on the M470s.
Boo.
Probably the first time I've actually done it, or set up to done it so far, is my M10s have done a successful blitz onto the bridge to just take their front shots at them or the Stooks. The 2 that have crossed the river have moved up so they can see through the tree line at the remaining Stooks. The 1 did actually fail. Actually, I completely forgot to just move those guys.
Hey,
whatever.
they're fine.
My recon squad has finally cleared out the armored cars and has moved up here to be within range to lend assistance to the various bazookas on these Panzer IVs. My Chavies have congregated. They want to deal with the last Panther up here and then be able to keep back any infantry and such. Also could help me just remove the whole formation. The last 2 real fun things, aside from digging in my infantry, were my M12s over here successfully blitzed. So 2 of these will be behind his side corner, which he really doesn't like the direct fire that's going to be coming at him in a second.
I don't. It's AT-15. What the heck?
And the other is the ambush I have been holding all game. My Easy 8s have come, or 88, yeah, Easy 8s, I got it right that time.
Yeah, you got it right.
Have come in, back here. Now they had to be over 16, and then used their 4-inch free move for their smooth ride to move inside the 16. So I will be under 16 in his side, and having all of my shots with no stabilizers. So if all of this cannot deal with at least one of these King Tigers so that I can safely assault or something the remaining, well, I mean, what can you do? But I think that will play out quite smoothly.
All right, well, let's move on and
go
see what
right
happens.
into that shooting. Fantastic. So we're going to start over here on the left with my reserves coming in. And then we will work our way along the battlefield, because at this point everything is down to pretty much direct fire. So I do have 2 stabilizer, 75 Sherman shots, up into these Panzer 470s. What am I adding on?
Yeah, well, I started at 3.
Oh, so
stabilizer
stabilizer's
put it
4.
to 4.
So 4. These are just 75s. So 10. Your side was, what was it? 4?
I think they're both on the side, and yes, my side is 4.
So you can still save.
Actually, it might not be inside now that I'm looking at it.
Well, they could move further if they weren't. That's just where they came in.
Yeah.
I will.
So theoretically, they'd be.
Well, they would have to cross check. They'll have to cross.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
If they can pass a cross check, then they could move into the side.
Okay, yeah, they're on the side over here. So yeah, side 4, anti-tank 10, anti-6s.
So 4.
They are AT-10, right?
You need 6s, yeah. AT-10. 1 ties, so 2 and 1. The 1 is failed, and the other does blow up.
Moving along.
We will do 4 M10 shots.
What are these shooting at?
Now they're going to shoot at the 470s.
Okay.
Now you do have 1 actually remaining back there.
Yeah, so because of the
now
range
they are
and everything, he would have to be a separate target.
Even in 16 and such. So what I'm going to do is do 2 and 2, because he's in 16.
So 2 on him, hitting on... They don't have stabilizers, do they?
No, they blitzed, so they actually are just straight up
straight
shots.
Firepower. He's in concealment, so hitting on 4s, he'd just be on a straight 3.
So 3s for the bailed.
Yep.
Both hit. Now they are HVAP'd, so
13 against
Your
front
front
number
is
9. Both go in.
Both go in. 4, he goes up.
And then the other one hitting on 4s.
So the other one, yes, is 4s.
No.
Oh.
But that will be a last stand check if he's sticking around.
Yeah. We do have over here the 76 and his jumbo friend.
So just the concealment. And you and your stabilizer because you moved.
Yes.
So hitting on 5s. Okay.
1.
Front armor 7 to anti-tank 13.
13 now. So
6?
6 can tie it.
Nope.
Nope. Does take out a Stug. Less
smoke.
10 on the remaining.
Running out of smoke.
Our smoke bundle is getting small. We'll go along to 2 shots. We'll do the main cannons from the M8s.
Yes, the 37s. What is their AT?
Their AT.
Because you are on the side armor on at least one of them,
think
probably 2.
7 or 8. 7, yes.
Okay.
7 and a 4+ firepower.
So it looks like you probably got side armor shots on actually all 3 of them now that I'm looking at.
So 1 shot each for the 2. They don't hit.
No.
Whoop. Woo, catching some stuff.
Bazookas next.
Yes, we'll just go right into the bazookas. Now, some of them had to move, so I do have 2 in the house that can shoot out. The rest have moved back behind the building. So the 2 in the house, they are
shooting the Panzers.
Concealed. So yes.
Yep. Okay. So once again, front number 6, anti-tank 10. 1 equals, 1 bounces.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So for the one that goes
equals.
Oh, yeah, only 1.
Yep. So firepower 5+. Nope. Okay.
The Chaffies.
Ugh.
2, 4, 6.
Chaffies.
Into the Panther. Now through smoke.
Well, if you watch a certain Battle of the Bulge film, those aren't Chaffies. Those are Shermans.
And you're all Tigers.
Yes.
That's what the detailed report going home will be.
Well, I should be buying...
We've killed a dozen Panthers and
Maybe that's
10
what we should do.
Tigers.
No, that's what we should do. We should buy a bunch of M46 Pattons and paint them up in German colors, and then play a classic World War II game.
Carrying on. 1.
Who were these at again, sorry?
The Chaffies at the
Panther? Oh.
So
Wow.
1.
Yeah, okay. So 1, 2, or 3, you hit hull. 4, 5, or 6, you hit the turret.
Oh yeah, you are faced this way, and look at you go. So I need, because I'm going to bounce off the turret.
You need 4, 5, or 6.
So 4, 5, or 6, which I get.
You bounce off the turret, front armor.
Wait, you said what? Which one do I need?
You wanted 1, 2, or 3.
You have lied to me with your betraying ways. For that, you're going to lose 2 King Tigers right
We'll
now.
see.
All right, I'm going to do 2 shots
Mm-hmm.
from
The M14.
the
Or the
M14s.
M12s.
Sixes and 5 will do it.
No, I don't know. You're through concealment. You only get 1 hit.
You are
Correct?
4.
Am I under 16?
You are actually not under 16.
Ooh, so it would be a 5. And if you're drawing line of sight through the Rex, we'll give you the 1 hit, which is just going to go straight to firepower.
I thought they were under 16. I was like, both will hit. His firepower
auto.
is his auto.
So that's a dead Konigstiger. Where did I put the smoke?
Whatever that last bundle is, you might as well just drop her. That's what you get.
Here, have a King Tiger.
I'm going to need a little bit more than that.
No, that's fine.
That's a very big gun. I'm going to take some from this half track. That
Okay,
guy's just
that's
smoking.
fair. That's fair.
That's a very big half.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
You're a bunker, and those are bunker busters. They have done their job. Now, let's just go on to
the part I'm afraid of.
the
HVAC,
Easy 8s.
Easy 8s, shooting at the side. Under 16, no penalties for movement because of the Easy 8 special rule.
2, 4, 6 of those.
I think it used to be called Made in Detroit. I don't know what it is now.
But
1
Ooh.
hits. Now, it's a good thing you upgraded that to have the HVAC because that's AT-13 now.
I do have the 2 shots from the jumbo there.
No.
Doesn't.
So
Oh.
9, 10, 11, 12 would be a 5 to equal, a 6 to ignore. It goes in. 3 up to blow me up.
That was a dramatic spin for the finish.
Not my 36-point King Tiger platoon.
I mean, that was a 30-point ambush. Was the
Yeah,
biggest
it's
guns in
fair.
the entire
That is
American
fair.
arsenal. They've been waiting all these 5 turns for something to break through the line. I'm not even sure if there's any more shooting.
I don't know if you need
I
any more
don't know
shooting.
if I need any more shooting. The only thing I do want to do is I do want to try and see
yes.
Psych Destroy
Yes.
YM10s. Can they pull off 2 skill checks? They can't! This is why it never works. Oh.
But that actually might be game. I gotta check my formation morales. We'll be right back. So we just quickly checked one thing off camera with the shooting of the OP against the Whirlwind, and unfortunately did kill it.
He does have his main gun still
yeah,
accessible.
I don't have the machine gun. That's why I cut the feed. Sorry, guys. But we're gonna roll into German turn 6 and do the company morale checks first, real quick, and see if we even have a game left.
If there's
to
anything
go.
left after some last stands and remounts.
Big last stands right here. So we'll be right back, folks.
So German turn 6. We had to see what units were even still alive in the various formations. Technically, both could hold, but each of them is at a critical level of requiring at least 1 last stand this turn.
So we got the Jagd Panzer platoon, which is between him and the HQ, the only 2 platoons left in the Panther company. And then we've got this last Stug that needs to do last stand, which is the only platoon left along with the Panzer IVs of the Panzer Brigade company. Everything else was support.
So each of these 2 tanks.
The Jagd Panzer on a 4+ for its last stand is gone, and the Stug is also gone. So, unfortunately,
both primary companies.
that'll be game because my guys quit the field. Which, honestly, is a pretty accurate and historical representation of the battles around, I think it was Looneyville. But, so we'll be right back with the recap, guys. Keith, thanks for watching.
Fantastic.
Oh, that was an experience.
That was dynamic and exciting. And
it's the most movement we've both done in a single game, I think, in the last year and a half now.
This is most movement for you, like, probably ever.
I'm not used to movement.
I'm not used to being hamstrung almost only to my side, barring reinforcements that came in the other side. I mean, I moved as much as I could, but when there's a solid wall in front of you, I had to build a solid wall in front of you.
No,
Mine
you
was
did.
just a lot thinner.
Yeah, well, it may have been thinner, but it
some
worked.
infantry, hide some stuff just in support range if you try and assault the infantry. And then I was like, I'm going to choke this field with half tracks, and if you have to even blow them up and cross-check over them.
Oh, gosh, yeah, I know, right?
I will choke this whole area with a minefield of dead half tracks.
Hey, honestly, I expected the bazookas to be more of a threat than they were. It came down to the Shaffies and just your flanking shots.
Obviously at this stage of the war, especially Americans, everything I have is like at best HE12 on average.
We had the HVAP on everything.
We did, but even then, it's not going to hurt most things to the front. Even a Panther, if you're at long range, is likely to bounce it. A 470 will bounce it. Sure, if I'm HVAPing into a Panzer IV, but those Shermans are expensive.
Friends. He says my Panthers can bounce shots.
Not artillery shots.
This game.
Hello to my first use of the M12s.
You need to buy yourself some M12s now, I think. Those are damn powerful.
I mean, there was... You might have not rolled as bad top armor saves.
It's me. It's me. Let's be honest.
But, I mean, they were good. They made you not want to cross this objective into the face of them.
Well, because they're AT-15
paid off when
fire,
you crossed
right?
at that objective into the side, or even if you'd gone head on with something that wasn't a King Tiger, they could have done the same thing to the front of a target. And honestly, my MVP, as much as I was like, I don't know, is those Chaffies.
They're so fast.
And
the fact they have
they're
the
not that
gun.
much fast and anything, but they're fun and they're small, so they can get through little gaps. Never underestimate the actual size of the model playing in.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because a lot of the way that we set up the
still
tables,
had a 10 gun.
I do tend to put smaller gaps, thinking, a Panther can't fit through there, or a
Panther might not, or a Sherman might not, or you might be able to get one tank through and then it kind of stops.
Maybe a half track.
But the Chaffee's like, I'm going to get through here.
Yep.
I can stay away from enemy models and still fit through, snake through this gap. I've got my 12-inch tactical before anything else, and then I'm suddenly behind some Panthers. And Chaffee's rolled through the line, took out the AA, took out pretty much a Panther company with a 4-man platoon. In the end, there was multiple targets and it thinned out, but they killed
thinned out multiple targets.
4 of the Panthers and 2 of the AA tracks with a 4-man Chaffee, and no upgrades or nothing. That
was painful.
Real fun, and
painful
it's
but good.
Dashing.
Painful but good.
Sure, they could have just gone through, whiffed, and then immediately died, but I mean, it's very fun. It's dashing, and if I had whiffed and died, it's not the end of the world. There are 4 of them, 10 points, 12 points.
Yeah, they're cheap. They're super cheap. And you could even take them as an entire company of them, which actually, please don't think about because I don't want to. No. Anyway,
they're on the list.
So, I
did see how hard reluctant.
I was going to say, I don't think I really want to play with reluctant troops, especially not aggressive.
If you've got to cross
trained
a table,
reluctant troops,
reluctant infantry. Yeah, they couldn't move. My own guys couldn't move. It's not even just your dice. Reluctant infantry is a 5+ is hard to get.
I mean, it's safe to say if I'd stayed in the half tracks, if you hadn't gotten some lucky shots,
I mean,
on them,
there was
it might have been different.
Some artillery got you dismounted.
If I had an entire company of half track mounted infantry, which is coming, I'm just waiting to get some of the triple 15mm flak tracks. It might be a little different. I think I can work around that reluctant motivation if I've got enough troops on the board.
Definitely ways to do it, but I mean, also it's intimidating when I set up our armies, and you'll see right from the start, and before you consider the size of models clogging up the field from each other, the reluctant ratings, the fact that Germans that are finally aggressive, you go, 14 guns. He auto-pens almost everything in my army.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my army can't hurt him to the front, and the stuff that can is low odds. You know, I got to hit you. I got to firepower you, and you likely bounce it on a 2-3 plus.
See, that's the thing, especially with the brigade troops. You have to hit me. Well, I'm
Yeah.
only aggressive. It's not that great. Plus, with the 5+ reluctant, when you do hit me, I'm not really going to get
But it
motivated.
is intimidating when you have 2 armored companies,
Yeah, that's
King
fair.
Tigers in support, and one of those is a Panther and 470 company that itself outnumbers the number of Shermans I can field.
That is fair. But, I mean, like, if I do brigade tanks again, I don't know if I'll do the Panthers. They're only, I think, 20 points for 3 tanks, which really, don't get me wrong, it's not bad.
It is great, unless
But
you roll 3 1s on an
I
artillery.
was going to say, I do that. So if I do brigade tanks again, I think I'm going to focus on the Panzer IVs, because if I remember correctly, they're like 15 points for 3 or something like that. They're really cheap. You could spam them, and at that point, the amount of tanks you can tank, if you buy enough models,
You can
you
overwhelm
can
the
make it
MAT.
work. But, you know,
You
it is
can
what it
overrun
is.
the AT and be in enough places at
If I'm
once.
going to do that, though, I might as well just play Soviets.
I mean, you're down to Soviet-style troops. Almost down to Soviet-style points. Did you see how many tanks you were able to put in?
Yeah, no, that's fair. But, you know, so we'll, keep on. We'll do a couple more Bulge games here, guys. I think the next game we're going to do is probably going to feature some Jäg Panthers and some Volksgrenadiers defending against a British and American combined assault at a little place called Galenkirchen on the Siegfried land. So keep an eye out for that. If you want to see more of our content, check us down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share us around. The more people watching, the more content we can make. On that note, if you see anything that we do that's not 100% historically accurate, like, the two-tone Panzers, I know, it's not so great for Bulge. If you want to see more historically accurate equipment for the timeline, feel free to check us out on Patreon. Every supporter on Patreon helps us buy more models, which lets us get more accurate equipment. So, thanks for watching, guys. We love seeing your comments. We love interacting with you. We love making me suffer by playing tabletop games when I can't roll dice. So,
I like that part, guys.
yeah, you really
Even
does.
when it looks intimidating in turn
Oh.
1, turn 6 always feels great.
But, we're pulling for you. Keep your sticks on the ice. Take care there, everybody.